Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. Now, this game, I'm gonna try the best way to describe this game and everything. Okay, now this game, I don't know how I feel about this game. At first, I was loving this game, but as the game progressed, I realized something about this game. To me, this game is not all that good at all to me because I saw and noticed some things about this game. First of all, this game is best for people that are completionists. Because this game has a whole tons of content. A whole tons of it. And it feels like a job. It feels like it's so I felt so overwhelmed. I felt so overwhelmed by all of it. It didn't feel natural or fun. It just felt so overwhelming. It felt like a job with no reward to me, honestly. And also, now Aloy, her father, was the only masculine good male character in the game. The rest of the male characters, they felt soft. They didn't feel masculine. They felt soft and always apologizing all the time. And the rest of the men were just villains. Now, here's the other thing that I didn't understand about this game. Now, I'm not used to a game where gender wise like this. This game is very gender sided. This game, the best way to describe it. I play games where it's balanced with genders, where you fight in both males and females. In this game, majority enemies are males, robots. No spoilers, no. Even the villain AI is a male, and the heroic AI is a female. Almost every enemy you come across that is a human. Almost every single enemy that come across is a male enemy. Almost every single heroic or good character you come across is male or female, but the male heroes in the game, the male fighters, they act cowardly, scared, and it depends on you. It's just understandable that because you're the main character, so obviously everything depends on you. But it's how it was done that the male warriors were scared and cowardly and dependent on you. That didn't make no sense. You're a warrior. Why are you scared? Why are you acting this way? You're a warrior. It just did not feel real. It's just I can understand it was a reason why, but there was no reason as to why. As a warrior, you were trained for this. Why did this scare you? Because you can choose your way of life in this game. So I don't see as to why you're scared and you don't want to do this. That doesn't make any sense to me as a man as to why you scared, and there was no good reason as to why this warrior was scared, and he said, I'll let her do it. It didn't make any sense as to why were you scared. Give the reason why. There was no reason as to why. So why you said all of a sudden you scared and cowardly? And why is it that the only villain females you come across, the only villains that you can beat that were females that you come across were the female bandits. Those are the only female villains, the only females you can fight in the game were the female bandits, and you rarely ever come across those. So you only ever fight the robots and the male enemies. That's it. Almost every enemy you come across is 99% males. When it comes to people, 99% males, but 100% majority all the time robots. So you fight against 100% robots. And when it comes to people, 99% males, 1% female bandits. That's it. You never come across. Because I was thinking when I got this game to myself, okay, I'm playing the game. I'm playing as a female protagonist, right? I'm feeling the female protagonist, female main character. So I'm telling myself, okay, I'm gonna be fighting against both males and females. I didn't come across not one female villain. I didn't fight no female villain. I'm always fighting against men all the time. Tell myself, why you keep fighting men all the time? What's going on? Because I'm thinking, I am the female protagonist. I'm the female main character. I am thinking that the last boss I'm gonna fight is gonna be a woman. And she's gonna be a problem. She's gonna be done right. Always a man that I'm fighting. It was a man. And then end up fighting the final boss, a male AI, to myself. So why is it so gendered? Why is it so separated with gender? Why is the gender in this game so separated from each other? It isn't balanced. Why is it like this? I don't understand why this game is like that. I'm just trying to find the right words for this, because this is the first game I ever played where it's so unbalanced with gender. It just feels like it's telling you, okay, we're gonna make this game where men are the enemy and the women are superior, the women are the heroes. It felt what's the best? I'm just trying to think of the best things so people don't be in the comment section going off stupidly. I'm just trying to find the best way to describe this, because this game felt very. It felt like a gender war game than anything else. It felt like a war between men and women than anything else. It didn't feel like a game where everyone's working together to fight these villains, to fight these robots. It felt like it was women versus men versus robots. That's what it felt like to me. The men were soft and pathetic, always apologizing. There were no help. And the women were the exact opposite. I can't figure out why wasn't it that both the men and women were capable, they're strong, they're helpful, they're useful. Why couldn't it be that way? It felt like the women were everything good and the men were just pathetic and useless. Why did it feel that way? I don't know. So that way says this game just, it felt so good in the beginning. The game felt so good, but as the game progressed, oh yeah, this gonna be a spoiler. Aloy's father got killed, and he was the best character on the males. Cause he was masculine, he was everything good. He was brave, he was heroic, he was iconic. You know? Chest held high. He was majestic, you know? He was stoic. And they killed him off so quickly. And we were left with the pathetic men. It's just the game was disappointing to me, honestly. There were good moments, but I was trying my best with the game until I got bored and just wanted to finish the game. Will I play this game over again? Absolutely not. This game, I will not play this game over again, because it felt very gender warish. It felt very gender war. It felt like men and women were against each other. That's what it felt like. It felt like men and women were against each other in this game, because it did not feel balanced where men and women can be together. The women were just so strong and just masculine, and the men were just soft. It's just, you know, I mean, women can be strong and not be masculine. So, to be honest with you, this game is bittersweet to me. Cause I started off good and ended real sour for me. So I have to give this game 3 out of 10. This game is definitely a 3 out of 10. Cause it was disappointing, and it's just overwhelming with so much stuff in the game, and it was no rewards. It didn't feel rewarding. And I realized playing the game that all the overwhelming stuff was to level up. Because you can't just play story. Because you play story, you're going to be struggling. Because you got to be leveling up constantly throughout the game in order to get through the story. But they don't tell you that you gotta play a game for yourself to realize that. And I was so focused on leveling up and just exploring the whole game that I did not realize that until the boss fight, to the boss battle. I realized that. So the good thing that I was exploring and leveling up all the time throughout the game, because I was barely playing the story itself. I was just exploring all the time and just leveling up. I was barely ever playing the story, because I was so captivated by the beauty of the game and just leveling up and getting the weapons and the move sets and everything, that I was not concerned about the story at all until I started to get bored. That I told myself, okay, I getting bored of this game now. Let me play the story. And I was getting bored of the story because that's when I realized the gender differences of what going on. When I started playing the story, and then I got even more bored and I was just annoyed that I just want to finish the game and get over and done with. And then it got even more and more gender divided. To myself, you know what? I just want to finish this game as quickly as I can. So I gotta give this game a 3 out of 10 because I never felt that way of playing a game in my life until this game. This game really disappointed me, so it's a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 for me. And that's it. Because the more talk about this game, the more disappointing and more sadder feelings. This game just felt depressing. That's 3 out of 10. I done.